So see what happens when you squat. Like we can take the bar normally, and most of the time you can feel that if you stand perfectly upright on the top of the squat, like on this part when you are standing, then you will find that the balance, the bar is over. If we, uh, if this is the feet, this is the part where your tibia attached to your feet. Then this is your heel, this is your toes. When we stand perfectly erect here, then you can feel the bar is over. The bar should be ideally over the middle of the foot, but the balance is over on this part, on the heel side. Like when you are perfectly standing like this, you can feel that the most of the weight of your body and the bar combined, it is staying over the heel, towards the heel. Not all the weights on the heel, but towards the heel. It is not middle of the foot. What happens then, as you squat, as the weight gets heavy, there is a tendency that the system will try to uh, make it to the most efficient path of movement, and that will be your middle of the foot. Then you will see that when you will descend, then you will lean a little bit down here, down here. What will happen if you start here, and all of a sudden when you are descending, you are going to your middle of the foot. There will be some amount of momentum going this way. The bar will try to come forward, and it becomes really hard when the weights get little heavier. That the bar, you will feel that the bar is pushing you this way. Like you will feel like you are falling forward. And what is causing this? You are staying so much to the heel side. So what you try to do when the bar is here, you just bring the bar to the middle of the foot. See here, if you stand perfectly upright, you can feel that the toes are not with the contact with the ground. The weight is distributed not towards the toes. You can still lift your toes. Why? Because the toes are not bearing any kind of weight. So when you find your midfoot, the cue is you will find equal amount of pressure on the toes and equal amount of pressure on the heels. Like here, you can lift your toes, but when the bar is over middle of your foot, you cannot lift your toes. Just try, just try to stand upright, then try to lift your toes, and just try to lean little bit forward and try to find a balance point where you cannot lift the heel and you also cannot lift the toe. That means the system center of mass is now over the middle of the foot, because you cannot lift the toe and you cannot lift the heel from the ground. Then when you will squat, the bar is already over the middle of the foot, so there is no tendency that the bar will push you this way. You will just go straight down and straight up. If you start from here, then when you go here, then it will pull you this way. Then on the way up, you are doing this. But if you start from the middle of the foot, you will go straight down, straight